Hello students, welcome to the exam rat. So today we are going to discuss the formula for the mathematics for class 9th and class 10th. So as you people know that we are done with the syllabus for class 9th mathematics as well as class 10th mathematics. So this is the last session which will help you in revising out all the important formulas that we have studied, and they will just be very important to solve out the questions, and at the time of exams you can just look out at them. Okay, so before starting you can just go through our website, subscribe if you are new to our platform. You will be getting the PDF notes there, and in case of any doubts and queries you can just comment down, and you will be getting the whole syllabus for mathematics at our platform, even science also, so you can just go there and subscribe, right? So let's start with the formula revision. So this will not take so long to revise the formula. I have prepared a handbook of the formula for you people, so that you can just easily revise. This is basically for the revision purpose. This is for the revision purpose. For the formulas, it will not include the theorems. It will only include the formulas, the important formulas you have studied in both the classes. It will be helpful for the competitive exams, and they will also be helpful for the exam part also. Okay, so let's start with this. So you know that in class 9th and in class 10 the first chapter we have started is the number system, and the first chapter we have started is the real numbers, right? So here there is a proper table, a proper chart where you can just get what are the real numbers. Not only real numbers, there are different type of numbers present here. So natural numbers, you know, the numbers starting from 1 to so on, right? Whole numbers, the numbers starting from 0 to so on. Integers, they can be negative to the positive. Okay, so positive integers are 0 to infinity, negative integers are like minus infinity to 0, rational numbers in a p by q form, irrational numbers not in a p by q form, right? Now real numbers are all the numbers, all the rational, irrational, whole number, everything are real numbers which are denoted by capital R, irrational denoted by I, rational denoted by you can just denote it by Q, because real numbers are denoted by R, that is by integers by Z, positive by plus Z, negative by Z, right? Okay, so these are the things. Natural number by n. Okay, so what is 0? A 0 is a number which was given by a mathematician by Aryabhatta, and it has very much importance in the mathematics. You know that 0, basically a mathematics is incomplete without this term 0, right? A zero is a number which is used in a mathematics to describe the no quantity or the null quantity, but if the zero is placed after any digit, then it will become a very big number, right? This is what we called as the number system. It is basically a brief intro about the different types of systems. In this particular session, in this particular class, I am giving you a brief intro about the chapters. Like, not a brief intro, you can say, you can just say I'm giving you the important part of every chapter, right? Moving ahead with the algebra from both the classes, class 9th and class 10th, the important things we have studied is the laws of exponents. They cover a small bit of portion from class 9th. So these are the laws where you know that when the bases are same and powers are different and they are in multiplication, then you have to just add them. When they are in division, you have to just subtract them, right? So these are the laws of exponents. When like a base has two powers, then you have to multiply both of them. When there are different bases but the equal powers, then you have to multiply the bases with a common power. Okay, then when you have a negative power, then you have to just reciprocate the base. Okay, now when the base is 0, when the power is 0, then the whole will be considered as 1. When the power will be 1, then it will remain whatever it is. These are the laws of exponents we have studied. and these are the important ones that you have studied. The important of them are, there are few which are not mentioned here, so I'll just write it down if I have some space, like x plus y whole square, x square plus y square plus 2xy. Similarly, x minus y whole square will be x square plus y square minus 2xy. Okay, then apart from that, an important formula will be x plus y multiplied by x minus y will be equals to x square minus y square. Apart from that, all the formulas are given in this particular table, in this particular chart, right? So you don't have to like read every one of them, just read whatever is important for you, whatever you have studied in your 9th and class 10th standards. Okay, so also, like, if you are learning all of them, then it will be of no loss. Okay, you have to just learn all these formulas, not in 10th but in 11th, so better to learn abhi se, right? So these are the algebraic expressions, algebraic formulas that we have to learn. Okay, so these are certain things which are based on the triangles. In the triangles, we have learned many things about the theorem, about the triangle, but here I have prepared the area of triangle for you. For the different triangles, you can say when the base and height are given, then in that case the area will be equals to half into base into height. Am I right? When sides are given, then we just find out the area using the Heron's formula, like area is equals to root over s into s minus a, s minus b into s minus c, where a, b, c are the sides, a, b, c are the sides, and s is basically perimeter of the triangle divided by 2. Am I right? Moving ahead with the equilateral triangle, this you have learnt in your earlier classes, but still I have just prepared it, that is why I am writing here. In case of equilateral triangle, the this will be your area where a is the side, right? And the last one, if we just draw the triangle using the uh, trapezium. So trapezium, you know that it has two parallel sides and two non-parallel sides. In that case, it will be half a plus b into h, where h is this perpendicular height, and a and b are the parallel sides of the trapezium, right? So this is about the triangles. In triangles, we have been going through like theorems and the different things, but here I have prepared the PDF, like a slide for the areas, for the different types of areas if the different things are given. Okay, so I hope it will help you in future. So this is the quadratic equation. In class 10th, we have learned a quadratic equation. Like in class 9th, we are learning the middle splitting method. So you know that middle term splitting method is so common, that is why I have not expressed here. So here we have in class 9th, 10th, we have studied a different formula, like this is your standard equation for the quadratic, and we have learnt about this quadratic formula, where the formula is minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2eb, with the whole formula for this particular equation, right? Now you can say that d is known as the discriminant. Now you will say that d is not mentioned here, so don't forget people, d is b square minus 4ac, and that is why we can just write this formula as x equals to minus b plus minus root over d upon 2a, right? Okay, so here d is greater than 0, d can be equal to 0, but d less than 0, imaginary roots. This you have not studied, but these are basically not real. Okay, in this case the roots are, I'll just write with a different pen, the roots are real and equal. In this case the roots are real but unequal, right? Also, not to forget that the sum of the roots in the quadratic equation is minus b by a, and the product will be c by a. And similar thing you have studied in the cubical equation also, right? Minus b by a, d by a, c by a, right? So here comes the important of all of them, that is trigonometry, that is trigo. So here are the important formulas, you have to study all of them. Okay, so let me just tell you that here, since I have taken this picture, so here this is not sine 2 theta, please be aware this is sine square theta. Okay, since we have prepared this, that is why they can't just put the square, that is why it is appeared as this. Similarly, in this case it is sec square theta and tan square theta. In this case also it is cosec square theta and cot square theta. I hope that's clear to you. Please don't take it as cot 2 theta or sine 2 theta, they are square only. Okay, moving ahead with these formulas, we know that sine theta as p by h, cos theta as b by h, tan theta as p by b, cosec theta as h by p, sec theta as h by b, and this by b by p, right? Also, I have told you a note that the line on which two angles fall will be base. Am I clear with this? It will be considered as the base. Am I right? Okay, so these are the formulas, kindly have a look on them. So this is all, and also sine theta is equals to 1 by cosec, cos is 1 by sec, tan is 1 by cot. Similarly, these are the reciprocals. These are the complementary angles we have discussed in trigonometry so far, right? These are basically the identities, that sine square plus cos square theta is equals to 1, sec square theta is 1 plus tan square theta, and cosec square theta is basically 1 plus cot square theta. I hope you remember these formulas. Moving ahead with the table for the trigonometry, I told you that this is a table for the trigonometry value, okay, of the various angles, for various angles, right? So I have also told you a trick to learn them, that you just have to learn this first line, then cos will be just the opposite of this, like 0 1 by 2 1 by root 2 root 3 by 2 1, so it will be just opposite, you have to start from there to there, this will be your cos. You know that tan theta is sine theta divided by cos theta. Similarly, you have to divide these terms to get the tan theta. And now you know that rest of them are the reciprocals of sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta respectively. I hope that's clear to you. You just have to reciprocal them to find out these values. You don't have to learn the whole table. Just learn the sine part and you will be able to get the whole table, right? Moving ahead with the class 9th chapter, Heron's formula. Here we have discussed certain things, certain shapes. So here are certain key points. So this is a rectangle. Basically the parameter of rectangle is 2 into L plus B, where L and B are the length and breadth. Area is L into B. Diagonal is root over L square plus B square. That is your diagonal, because it is 90 degrees. So you can just apply the Pythagoras to find out the diagonal, right? This is the square, it has 90-degree angle in all the four edges or vertices. Parameter is 4a, area is a square, where a is the side. 4a square, and the area of square is half into diagonal square. Right? A is basically the side of the square, right? Moving ahead with the equilateral triangle, the parameter for you know that in case of triangle, parameter is basically the sum of all sides. In case of equilateral, all the sides are same, so parameter will be 3a. Area, I already told you in the last slide that area for equilateral is this, okay. And altitude is basically the 90-degree angle falling, so altitude is root over 3 by 2a units, okay. Right angle triangle, you know that Pythagoras theorem, b square plus p square equals to h square. Similarly, parameter is b plus h plus k, okay. Area will be half into base into height. Similarly, we have studied that in Heron's formula, here it is not mentioned, but the general formula of Heron's formula, is root over s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, right? Where you can just know, I'll just write it down that s is basically a plus b plus c divided by 2. This is your s, okay, and a, b and c are sides of triangle. I hope that is fine to you. I hope you know what are each of the variable means, right? Moving ahead with the next formula, that is from the surface area and volume. As I told you yesterday only, that surface area and volume is basically they have this similar formulas, only the difference is in the frustum. So I write out the frustum here. So this is cuboid with the curved surface area 2HL plus B, total surface area 2LB plus BH plus HL, volume LBH, where L, B and H are the length, breadth and height, right? Similarly, in the case of cube, the total surface area is 6a square, the curved surface is 4a square and the volume is a cube. Right circular cylinder, it is 2 pi rh as the curved surface area, where pi is the constant value with 22 by 7 as the value and 3.14. Similarly, r is the radius and h is the height, and the total surface area is 2 pi r plus h, and the volume is pi r square h. In the case of cone, the curved surface area is pi r l, where l is the slant height of the cone, okay, and the total surface area is pi r plus l, and the right volume is 1 by 3 pi r square h. For the sphere, the curve and total surface area is same, that is 4 pi r square, and the volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. For hemisphere, it is 2 pi r square as curve and 3 pi r square as total surface area, and the volume is 2 by 3 pi r cube. Moving ahead with the another thing that we have just learnt few days back ago, that is the frustum in the shape of a tub or in the shape of a glass, okay. So this is the frustum which is formed after cutting the cone from the upper edge. This is a frustum where this particular is like this radius is your r1, this radius is your r2, and this is your l, and this particular height is your h. So in that particular case, CSA will be pi l r1 plus r2, that is CSA, right? This is your CSA for the frustum. TSA for the frustum of cone will be pi, okay, it will be pi l r1 plus r2 plus pi r1 square plus r2 square. I hope that's clear to you. Coming to the volume is 1 by 3 pi h r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2. This is the volume for the frustum of cone. So this is the new thing we have discussed in class 10th, and all the other things will remain same, okay. So moving towards the mensuration, in the mensuration chapter we have learnt about what is area, what is volume, what is perimeter. You know that volume is the amount of liquid or amount of the substance present in the meter cubes, in centimeter cubes or in the liters. Area is basically the part, like this is the circle, the shaded region of this circle will be your area, okay. And the boundary outside, like if we have to just plant a fence across the circular path, then it is a perimeter. And if we have to level the this particular path by the sand, then it is basically the area. I hope that is clear to you from the example, what is area and what is perimeter, what is volume, right? So moving ahead with the other table, right? So this is all about the area, perimeter, volume and surface. So here look at the certain formulas. So first is your triangle. For the triangle, this is the Heron's formula used here, and this is about the S. This is the another formula, that is half into base into H, right? For rectangle, you know that area is L into B, okay. And for square, you know it is A square. For parallelogram, it is AB, A into may B, where B is the height, okay. For rhombus, it is half into D1, D2, where D1 and D2 they are the diagonals of the rhombus. Am I right? Trapezium is half into height into sum of parallel sides that we have discussed earlier. Okay, so these are basically the important formulas that we will use in the mensuration. Mensuration is a unit which generally deals, this is a mensuration which generally deals with the areas, perimeters, volume. This is what we called as the mensuration. So the unit which deal with all of them, they are known as the mensuration, and we have studied certain things in this unit too. So moving ahead with the last thing, that is construction and probability. So in like class 10th we have studied about the division of line segment in a particular ratio, construction of triangle, similar triangle, construction of tangent. In class 9th we have studied about the perpendicular bisector, right? We have studied about making an angle. These are the things we have studied in class 9th, and these are the things we have studied in 10th standard. Okay, so this is the probability. What is probability? It is the number of outcomes favorable to E divided by total number of outcomes. Probability of impossible event is 0. Probability of an event is always equal to 1 or less than 1. The sum is always equals to 1. The total number of possible outcomes are known as the sample space. Events is a subset of sample space. Equally likely event are all those events which have the equal probabilities, and certain events are those in which the probability is 1 that it will definitely happen. Then complementary events are those in which PA plus P dash A is equals to 1. These are the things we have studied in area related to the circle. So this is about the area related to the circle. In this particular we have studied about segments, sectors. So sectors, the area of sector is basically theta upon 360 into pi r square. So for the sector, the area is equals to theta upon 360 degree into pi r square, always measured in degrees. Okay, for the segment it is basically this sector minus triangle, right? For the length of arc, it is theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. I hope that's clear to you. Moving ahead with the another area related to the circles. The circle's parameter is 2 pi r. We can also call it as circumference. And area is pi r square. For semicircle it will be half, that is pi r, and in this case it is half pi r square. So you will see that in case of semicircle it is pi r plus 2r. Why? Because circle is a round thing, but when we just cut down in a semicircle, then this is the basically this is the half we will get after cutting down. But we see that there is also a line which is drawn like this is the diameter. That is why we are writing 2r or diameter here. Okay, now ring shaped region is basically the whole one, the bigger circle's circumference minus the smaller circle, and similarly the areas. For the sector it is pi r upon 3 theta upon 360 into pi r square, and parameter is basically theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. The area of segment is basically this particular thing minus the triangle which is formed. So this is basically brief intro about all the chapters we have done, like in all the videos, like all the class 9th mathematics syllabus and class 10th mathematics syllabus. So these are just a brief intro about all of them, that what are these chapters, what are the important formulas in these chapter, and how can you just solve them out. These are just the basics. So these are just meant for studying, like one night before the exam you can just revise these formula out, and like this is just the handbook of formula. Okay, this is not like you have to study only this PDF and you will be getting the whole 10th and 9th based on this PDF. This is not at all. These are basically a PDF which is used to study before the night before the exam, because it only like includes the formulas. So for the formula part you don't have to like open the books and look every time the different formulas from the different chapters. So this is a combined PDF for all the chapters, for all the formulas that are important for both the classes. So I hope you understand this, and you are able to understand the mathematics. Like mathematics is something you can't cram. Okay, you just have to practice the mathematics as much as you can. Okay, so this is what we call as a mathematics. So I hope you people learn something from me, and that's all for the class. So I hope you people understand. So thank you so much. It's have a very lovely day ahead, and thank you for watching. Thank you so much.